I did. I pushed the button. Okay. You guys, today, it's okay. Today, I'm excited. Rose is right there. See her? So I'm really, she's very excited. So I'm excited about today's topic because social media is everywhere. Social media is very present in everything these days, and especially through this pandemic, it's only gotten more and more prominent. So, when we talk about what's available on social media, there's a lot there. And so, I've heard people say in the past, like social media, I don't go on social media first and foremost in the morning. I want to I don't want to focus on like all the news stuff and this and that. Okay. I get it. There's a lot of negative stuff online. Okay. But doesn't mean you need to follow it. Let me repeat that. There is a lot of negative stuff online, and it doesn't mean you need to follow it. You are 100% in control of what your social platforms look like your personal ones. You're 100% in control. If somebody's putting out, like, honestly, I am not a political person. I don't want to be seeing it in my newsfeed. I want to purposely go and see stuff. I will go look it up, but I don't want to be seeing it all day because it affects my mind. It affects the way that like everything. So I just don't do that. I go and unfollow things. If I start to see a lot of political stuff in my newsfeed, guess what? I unfollow it. I do. And if it's a specific person, guess what? I will unfollow them. It doesn't mean I need to unfriend them, but because I can still go and see their content when I want to. But if they're putting negative stuff into the world, I don't want to be a part of that. Okay. Also, social media is an amazing place to learn new things. So you're able to, in Instagram, in Facebook, in TikTok, are amazing places to actually, follow people that are putting content out there that are going to help you get from where you are to where you want to be. I know there's many times when I'm like, I want to get better at X, Y, and Z. And I purposely will, like, in TikTok, put it in the search bar, and all of a sudden you will find the types of videos in that area that I'm trying to improve on. So now I'm able to follow those types of people, that type of content. And now I'm learning every time I'm on social media. I'm feeding my mind with content that's going to help me, not hurt me, not slow me down, but only going to improve what I'm trying to improve at that time. So again, there's like this negative perception of social media of just sitting there scrolling, right? We've all seen it at some point, right? There's like those memes and things that you get lost scrolling on these social sites. But what are you scrolling through is 100% in your control. And then on the flip side is, are you putting content out there that's positive, that other people want to be a part of, that other people are going to look at as positive? Or are you putting crap into the world that's ultimately that negative Nancy that nobody wants to be around, and people are potentially unfollowing because of the negative aspect of the content? Okay. Now, when we're talking about business specific, and if you are in a position of working on a business social site, what are you using your social sites for? Social sites are an amazing place to put your brand personality online. It is a great place to be able to put the message out there that you want people to be attracted to. So it's a great place to show your company culture, the mindset that people have in your business, as well as where you want them to be. So are you educating people, or are you just putting content out there because you're supposed to? There's a very big difference there. Okay. And so I really want to challenge you to really think of it that way. Are you adding value to other people that are looking at your business or personal sites? Or are you just putting content out there because you are supposed to, and potentially it's actually very negative? So take an outsider's perspective on that. Audit yourself. Take a little check, okay? Now, are you using each of these social media platforms properly? Each site has a different purpose. Each site has different capabilities and things that work versus don't work. If we're talking about a business site, you don't want to just mass post the same exact thing on every site at the same exact time. It will not work. Because let's just say if you're recruiting or not even recruiting, if you're just, being a business online, people's social media hop all day long. They get sick of whatever they're seeing on one thing. Maybe they feel like they've seen it all. They hop onto the next. And so if they see your content and they just saw it on a different site and it's exactly the same, they're going to eventually get annoyed and unfollow you. So are you bringing content and value on different sites the way you should, meaning not just mass posting on the same things, but are you utilizing your content that you're creating properly? So let's just talk about each of these sites really quickly and how can you, in the position that you're in today, no matter what position that is, add value to these different sites for whichever business you're part of, okay? As well as like your own personal sites. So Instagram specifically is a really great way to get a bigger reach. And again, what is the purpose of a reach? Every business is going to have a different perspective of why they want a bigger reach. I personally will always tell you never to look at the amount of followers that you have, because and definitely do not ever buy followers or anything like that, because you want organic people that want to follow your content, that like the content that you're putting out there, that are going to interact with your content organically to do so. And if you're ever buying followers, most of the time they're not real accounts and they're robots. So they're not going to interact. They're not going to help you build your profile. Okay. They're actually going to hurt your profile. Okay. So with that being said, you're really going to want to make sure that on Instagram specifically, you're putting out reels. Now, everybody on this screen is able to do reels, no matter if it's for your personal site or for your business site, because the reach, and I will always say this, the reach of reels is the longest piece of content that will ever exist. We see numbers boost months later. So you're never going to want to delete something if it doesn't gain traction right away, because it doesn't mean it will not gain traction over time. So again, Reels is an amazing way. It's a really short clip. So it's a really impactful way to get a message across quickly. Okay. So I absolutely love Reels for businesses, because again, you're going to gain a bigger reach. You're going to gain a bigger organic following for the content that you're putting out. Okay. With that being said, there's also stories. Stories is a great way to be able to get that behind the scenes view, what's happening behind the scenes in your either your personal life, if you're maybe the business owner, or how you are doing maybe meetings, any of those things. Stories is a really great way to get to know the person behind the brand, or the people behind the brand. Okay. So it's an amazing tool. And then there's posts as well as longer videos. So you're able to create valuable content in multiple different ways. And Facebook is great, I would say, for business specific, to focus on Instagram and then be able to use the content on Facebook at a later date. If you have a blog for your business, which I think every business should have a blog, again, to get your brand personality out there, you're now able to repost that on Facebook, as well as in your Instagram stories, as well as on a later date in LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is the most professional site that we have. Okay. So there's so many different tools, but they all need to be used a little bit different. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and stop